Let us be very clear. Social Security is not going broke. Let me repeat. Social Security is not going broke. Today, Social Security has a surplus in the trust fund of $2.76 trillion. A surplus of $2.76 trillion and can pay out benefits.
So now this is a great time for you to receive a stimulus check. Nancy Pelosi is actually saying that Democrats are finally debating on including more financial relief to President Biden's spending bill. Social Security recipients can expect a bigger payment from before. So, the exact dates for millions of retirees that will receive their benefits, their enhanced payments that is, of around $1,700 is going to be announced by the SSI. In 2021, the average monthly payment for retired workers was around $1,565, and that rose to around $1,657 with a 5.9% COLA increase. February's first batch of SSI checks is on the way to help recipients with increased funds. The checks being issued this month are being sent out by the Social Security Administration in 3 waves, according to the recipient's birthday. And of course, the maximum benefit of someone who retired at age 70 was around $3,895. But the good news is that if you retire at age 70 in 2022, your maximum benefit could be around $4,194. Let's not forget that Social Security is the main source of income in retirement for many senior citizens. The SSA says certain extended family members may receive a monthly payment of up to 1/2 of your retirement benefit amount. The amount paid to family members is just going to depend on your benefit amount and the number of qualifying families on record. Those payments to family members will not affect how much your monthly check will be in retirement. And there are a few Social Security rules that could bring in more money for you and your family. First off, Social Security retirement benefits are increased by a certain percentage for each month you delay starting your benefits beyond full retirement age. That benefit increase stops when you reach 70. Retirees get the maximum Social Security amount of around $4,194 if they have worked for at least 35 years in certain jobs and do not start claiming benefits until 70. So some seniors could get substantially more, up to $4,194 more all this month. That equates to around an additional $50,000 a year. So to get this stimulus cash, retirees must have worked in Social Security, approved jobs for at least 35 years. If you work fewer years, the zeros that you accumulate will affect the amount you may receive. And beneficiaries must have also earned a Social Security taxable minimum to be in line for the bumper sum. In 2022, the wage cap is $147,000, which is up from $142,000 in 2021. Nancy Pelosi actually recently told reporters that Democrats are going to begin debating on adding more crisis relief to the larger government funding bill. This could actually complicate Republican support for the broader legislative package, but the good news is that it would really help millions of people that are experiencing financial troubles during this time. Pelosi said, "I had thought that it could be impossible for us to do the relief package within that government funding bill fenced off as an emergency spending, so it doesn't take away from our domestic non-discretionary spending." The Democratic Caucus Chairman, Representative Hakeem Jeffries of New York, actually told reporters that Democrats are continuing discussions in the caucus about a funding package and they're looking forward to what President Biden has planned for the year. A bipartisan group of senators have already begun discussions on another stimulus package amid the recent surge in the crisis. Democratic Senator Ben Cardin of Maryland and Republican Senator of Mississippi have held conversations with stakeholders on additional relief for the people and several businesses that continue to be impacted at this time. So it only makes more and more sense that stimulus checks should be approved sooner than later.
To every eligible American for the next 19 years to the year 2033. So anyone who comes forward and says Social Security has gone broke, it is just factually not true. Social Security can pay out every benefit owed to every eligible American for the next 19 years. And then we hear the argument, well, we have a large deficit. Social Security is one of the causes of our deficit and our national debt, and that is absolutely inaccurate. Social Security has not contributed one nickel to our deficit or our national debt because Social Security, as every worker in America knows, is independently funded through payroll tax contributions from workers and employers, 6.2% from each, and it does not receive funding from the federal treasury. So, A, it's not going broke, B, it's not contributing to the deficit. But I will tell you this about Social Security. In an incredibly volatile economy, stock market goes up, stock market goes down, Social Security, from its inception 79 years ago, through good economic times and bad economic times, Social Security has paid out every nickel owed to every eligible beneficiary with minimal administrative cost. Social Security is not an investment program.
All right, good morning. I'll stand near you. Well, this was an important trip to be here at the Munich Security Conference, in particular this year, as I said yesterday. We are looking at a moment that is a very decisive moment on one of the bases for the Munich Security Conference, and certainly one of the founding reasons for NATO, which is European security and the connection and alliance between Europe and the United States. This was a productive trip in terms of the extensive bilateral meetings that we had that were in furtherance of the ongoing collaboration and partnership with our allies. It was important in that, as you all know, this is a moment that is very dynamic, if not every hour, certainly every day. There seem to be new moments of interest and also of intelligence. And so we have affirmed, however, all of that being said, through these last couple of days, that this alliance is strong, probably stronger than it was before. And that this alliance has purpose and meaning, founded on shared principles that are very much at play right now. As I mentioned yesterday, if we think about those principles, one of the most important is about a mutual respect for sovereignty and territorial integrity, which at its essence is what is at play in terms of Russia's posture as it relates to Ukraine. At stake is the NATO alliance in terms of our unity, joining together through sometimes compromise, certainly always through collaboration, to be a unified voice, especially when these very founding principles of our relationship are being compromised, if not attacked.